Hello students, in this video we'll discuss electric circuit, conductor, insulator, Ohm's law and verification of Ohm's law. Circuit or electric circuit. It is a closed conducting path containing a source of electric energy and elements. Closed conducting path, here battery. If we place key, then current will start to flow. Because of that, electric bulb will glow. Here key is on, that's why it is closed path. Current will flow through the circuit. So electric circuit is a closed conducting path containing source of electric energy. Energy is provided by cell, battery. Other parts of electric circuit, wire, key, other elements, these we can say loads also. So electric circuit is a closed conducting path which contain source of electric energy and other elements. We can classify electric circuit into two parts. First one is open and other one is closed. If key is on, switch is on, in that case it is known as closed because current will flow. If key is taken out or switch is off, in that case current will not flow. It is called open circuit. Electric circuit is a closed conducting path which contain a source of electric energy and elements. Electric circuit can be open or closed. If key is put on, then it is closed. If key is removed, then it is open. Conductors. Those objects or elements, substances through which current can pass are known as conductor. Example, metals, water. Here some examples are there. Those substances which allow to flow the current from them are known as conductor, and those substances through which current cannot pass, current cannot flow, are called insulators. These are the example of electrical insulator. Conductor means from which current can pass. Why current will pass from those elements, those substances? Because free electrons are there. Outermost electrons are bounded loosely. Large number of free electrons are there. Because of that, they can flow from one end to another end. That's why metals are good conductor of electricity. And in insulator, free electrons are not there. Outermost electrons which are varying, which are moving in orbits, are bounded with high force. That's why they will not allow to flow the currents. Those substances from which current can flow are called conductor, and from where current cannot flow are known as insulators. Now Ohm's law. If we are taking one conductor, current will flow. In that case, potential difference will develop across its endpoint. If more amount of current will flow, in that case more potential difference will develop. If current will increase, potential difference will increase. Current decrease, potential difference will also decrease. That's why potential difference across the end of conductor is directly proportional to I. I is current, V is potential difference. To replace this symbol inversely proportional, we can use here one constant. So V equal to IR or R equal to V upon I. Here R is a constant and it is known as resistance. Ohm's law states electric current flowing in a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the end point of conductor. If I is current, V is potential difference. If amount of current will increase, amount of potential difference will also increase. If current decreases, potential difference will also decrease. So V is directly proportional to I, or V equal to I into R. R equal to V upon I. Here R is a constant and it is called resistance. Resistance is a property of conductor to oppose the flow of current. Resistance is a property, characteristic of a substance to oppose the flow of current. Its SI unit is ohm. Verification of Ohm's law, we can divide in three parts: procedure, conclusion, and precautions. To verify Ohm's law in laboratory, we take a conductor and set up electric circuit as it is shown in figure. We are taking one conductor to calculate current flowing through the circuit. We connect ammeter. When current will flow, potential difference will develop. To measure it, voltmeter is connected. Here battery is connected, and to control the flow of current, rheostat is connected and key. First we'll take conductor and complete the circuit as it is shown in figure. When we'll place key, in that case current start to flow through the conductor, that we measure in ammeter. When current will flow, potential difference will develop, that we measure in voltmeter. These two values will put in formula R equal to V upon I. After that, with the help of rheostat, we change the amount of current and again take the reading of ammeter and voltmeter and put up the values of current and potential difference in R equal to V upon I. We'll repeat this process 3-4 times. Each time value of R is constant, which verify Ohm's law. If we'll put graph, we'll draw the graph between V and I. Potential difference we are taking along x-axis and current we are taking along y-axis. We'll draw the graph between corresponding values of V and I. We get a straight line passing through origin. This way Ohm's law is verified. Again, Ohm's law is what? When current will flow through a conductor, potential difference will develop between endpoints. That potential difference is directly proportional to the current flowing through the conductor. We'll complete the circuit as it is shown in figure. We'll place key, current start to flow, that we measure in ammeter. Potential difference we measure in voltmeter. These values will place in R equal to V upon I and repeat this process 3-4 times, value of R obtained will be constant that verify Ohm's law. If we'll draw a graph between V and I, in that case we are getting a straight line passing through origin, that also verify Ohm's law. Now precautions. All the connections should be tight. First precaution we can say, all the connection in electric circuit should be tight and proper. Second, after taking reading of ammeter and voltmeter, we should remove the key. Key should not be placed continuously, because of that temperature will increase and resistance will be affected. So these are the precautions of Ohm's law verification in lab. To verify Ohm's law in laboratory, we take one conductor, complete the circuit as it is shown in figure. To find current, ammeter is connected. To find voltmeter is connected. Voltmeter is connected to find potential difference. When we'll place key, circuit will complete, current will start to flow. Current will be measured in ammeter, potential difference develop, that will be measured in voltmeter. After taking these two readings, we'll place values in formula R equal to V upon I. With the help of rheostat, we change the amount of current, corresponding value of potential difference will be noted. Again 3-4 times we'll repeat this process. Value of R obtained is constant that verify Ohm's law. If we'll draw a graph between V and I, that is a straight line passing through origin, which verify Ohm's law. Thank you.